Hello, adventurers! I bet you weren't expecting to see me again so soon, were you? Hey everyone, how you doing today? My name's Kirsty, aka Beth Bookish, and in this video I'm talking you through a little mini bonus Adventurerathon round that I thought I would slip in as a precursor to our next big round. If you don't know what Adventurerathon is, this is a readathon that I created last year, where last year we did a couple of rounds where you got to create characters and they were all prompts. So for example, we had the spy and there was lots of different prompts to help you build your character. So you got to choose a tool, a special ability, and we had various little side quests and things. And then in January, we took your characters on our very first adventure. You were transported to this world where you joined the Adventurers Guild. You were given various tasks and a map to work your way through. And at each of the locations, your character completed a reading prompt. And at the end of that prompt, there were there was a little scenario with 4 options for your character to choose from. And then the very final prompt didn't have a reading prompt in there. It was just the end kind of scenario where you had 4 different pathways, and depending on how many of each option your character chose, that determined which pathway you were going to go down, which then determines where you're going to end up in the next round. If you have never taken part in Adventurerathon and you're not really sure if you can or should get involved, I will say these are the 7 characters that you can choose from. Please do head on over to the Discord or onto the G Drive where I have all of the prompts for those, so you can still join and build your character. You've still got plenty of time to go through them and you can work at your own pace. It's just a case of you won't earn gold like you did during the rounds, but you can at least still get the experience of building the character, and you can also go through the prompts for round 1 as well in order to work out which pathway. So it's never too late, and if you've got any questions or anything like that, please do feel free to reach out to myself or either of the co-hosts, or head on over to the Discord into the general chat and ask some questions there. We'd love to have you no matter what stage you're at in the journey. But for those of you that are caught up, normally the Readathon takes place in January and June. However, because of timing and the theme of the next round, so you're getting a bit of a sneak peek with this video and this round. The next round is going to be taking place in September, which is, you know, kind of part of spooky season. That is quite a long time between rounds, so I wanted to introduce this little bonus round. So at the end of the last round, you entered into these tunnels and you started to get a sneak peek and some little ideas of where your character might end up. But for this little micro round, for each of the paths there is a reading prompt and a side quest, which is a non-reading prompt. It's going to refresh you on those pathways and just sort of have a reading and non-reading prompt based on that idea and those themes. I will also have 2 bounties. For all of these, you will have until the end of August to complete, so you can take your time, you can do whatever you want, but I will say that because June is Pride Month and myself and our 2 co-hosts, Ren and Jonah, are all on the LGBT spectrum in some way, shape or form, I feel it's only fitting that if you also complete any of these prompts during June, you will gain yourself some bonus gold. You'll get a bonus 250 gold for every one that you complete. There are 4 chances here. If you were to do your path, your side quest, and the 2 bounties, plus make all of them queer in some way, shape or form, you could be coming away at the end of this month with 2,000 gold. But obviously, if you are going to spread them out, then after June, you'll only get the amount that it says on each of the prompts. But you should know which pathway your character ended up choosing. I will say you can only do your pathway. You can't do all of the side quests. You can't do all of the main prompts. You can only do the one for the pathway. My character's going down pathway 3, so she can only do that pathway and that prompt side quest. But anyone can do none or both of the extra bounties. And also, as for the merchant is currently on holiday exploring who knows what world, getting up to who knows what trouble, and so the merchant will not be back until September. So this is just a chance to earn some extra gold, as well as do a couple of bonus prompts to keep the readathon fresh in your mind and just a little bit more extra adventuring for your character. So I will just refresh on what the pathways are and tell you what the prompts are. So if you went down pathway 1, in the distance you hear the faint sounds of music and laughter. Your path begins to smell of home baking and a little tiny hint of beer and alcohol permeating the air. The sounds of a festival grow louder the closer you are to the end of the tunnel, and you can't help but be drawn towards it. For this one, you need to read a book that is set during a festival or a holiday. So this can be any religious or non-religious holiday, it's up to you. Or if it is a specific festival like the Lunar New Year celebrations, things like that, then, or even if it's just like a local food festival that takes place during the book, or a literary festival, that all counts. And the side quest for this pathway is to try a new food. I don't know about you guys, but whenever I go to a festival, I usually end up trying something new. And I feel a bit more adventurous, so during this month or during this prompt, try a new food. Pathway 2, your tunnel stays dark, the walls jagged and the floor uneven. The further you go, the more you start to feel that anticipatory tingling of war or battle, and you know that there's a fight going on. Eventually, you reach the end of the tunnel and you can hear the clashing of blades and the smell of blood in the air. There is a fight going on, you draw your weapons and you step out into the chaos. This is to read a book that features a battle of any kind, or is set during a war. But preferably there is going to be a battle, whether it be a literal fighting, stabby battle, or a battle of the wills between two characters in, like, you know, workplace rivalry, that kind of thing. As long as there is a fight or a battle or a big fallout at some point, it counts. And your non-reading prompt is a bit of an obscure one, but there is a group called Sabaton that I listen to quite a lot, and most of their music is inspired by real world wars, battles, and historical events. So it's literally just listen to one of their songs and then find out something about the war or battle or time event that they are discussing in the song. For pathway 3, as you approach the end of the tunnel, you notice that something is twinkling ahead, but as you draw even closer, that twinkling evolves into mist and fog starts to curl around your ankles. You hear the whispering of the trees in the distance, along with the ominous sounds of various corvidae birds in the air. That's kind of giving you a very creeped out feel. But you can't help but step closer, interested to know what's coming ahead. So for this one, your prompt is to read a book set in the dark. This could be set at night. It could be in a like mystical, haunted, horrible, like dark forest. It could be set in a cavern or a cave system, anything like that. If you are struggling with that prompt though, the alternative option is ghosts and ghoulies, so anything with ghosts and ghouls and things like that. And your non-reading prompt is to research a local ghost story, or if you have had a ghost or paranormal experience of your own, share it with the group. And then finally, for path 4, you make your way through the musty darkness until the heady scent of incense and dusty old books starts to infiltrate your senses. Ahead, you can hear the chanting of voices, a low and somber tune your inquisitive mind can't help but be drawn towards. So think something like chamber music, like the medieval monks and things like that. Your prompt for this one is to read a book featuring the clergy. So priests, monks, nuns, anything like that. And or if you are struggling really badly with that one, the alternative is featuring librarians. And your non-reading prompt, again, this one has an alternative. So the main option is to visit a local site of religious significance. So you might have a pretty churchyard or graveyard nearby. You might have a cathedral. You might have an abbey, anything like that. Go and visit. Or if that either makes you uncomfortable, isn't really your thing, or you don't have anything like that in your vicinity, then any historical site. For all of the side quests, the way to redeem the prompt is basically to just prove receipt. So either on your social media, in Instagram stories, or over on the Discord, post photographic or type your stories or some photos or whatever of your experience and of you doing the thing. And obviously make sure you tag myself or Adventurerathon so I can see it. and that will guarantee you the 500 gold for that. Or if you aren't comfortable posting on social media, there will be a form so you can fill it in. So those are those prompts, and then the extra bounties, as I said, there are two. The very first one is 350 gold. And this place is cursed. I'm hoping you might understand the reference where it's like, this chest is cursed, this place is cursed, this train is cursed, everything is cursed. So it's from one of my all-time favourite films. I had to include it, and I had to put the quote, this place is cursed. But this is to read a book featuring a cursed object, and it has to specifically be a cursed object. It can't be a person who is cursed. It can't be a place that is cursed. It has to be an actual object, like a locket or a spindle or a flower. As long as a thing is cursed and it is an object that you can pick up and move and touch, that counts, and that'll be 350 gold. And then the one that is like the big bounty is 650 gold, and that is, whoa there, big guy. For this prompt, you have to fight the BBEG, the big bad evil guy. If you have ever played D&D, you know that this is an impossible task to do alone. So for this bounty, you will need to team up with your buddies and do either a group read or a buddy read, anything like that. So if you're taking part in any read-alongs, if you join my Patreon and join our book club, we are reading Mina and the Undead. So any book that you read with at least one other person and do a team up for, you will defeat the big bad evil guy. And this one is also kind of a bit of a teaser for something that is going to be coming up in the next round involving team ups. So yeah, that's just an exciting little tidbit Easter egg ready for the next round for you. Like I said, those bounties and the side quests will be available until the end of August, after which they will all be gone. So get them in while you can. And like I said, there is that little bonus that if you take part and do these in June, then you will gain an extra 250 points in gold to celebrate Pride Month. If you read a book that is Pride full, then you get extra gold. As always, I will be coming at you with some book recommendations in the coming few weeks. Like I said, this is just a little bonus, a little fun thing that you can do casually in your own time. And it's just a way to refresh your memory on the things that we did in the last round, but also gear up and have a little bit of a clue of what's coming in the September round. Let me know in the comments if you are planning on joining for this little micro round, what pathway your character ended up going down the last time, or if you already have an idea of what books you want to choose, let me know. I hope you're all good. I hope you're staying safe. Don't forget to check out the Patreon, where there will also be some extra Adventurerathon things popping up there in the next couple of months. So feel free to go check us out on there. Let me know if you are planning on joining in, and don't forget to check out all the links below, and check out my amazing co-hosts Ren and Jonah, who will also be linked below. But until next time, I hope you're good. Hope you're staying safe.